Did you know that getting your Tennessee fishing license is now literally just a few clicks away online? Seriously, whether you're dreaming of pulling a massive catfish out of the Cumberland River or casting for trout in the Smokies, the state has completely modernized how we get legally out on the water. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to walk through absolutely everything you need to know to navigate the digital licensing system in the volunteer state.
But first, let's just remember that your license fee, it's not just bureaucratic red tape, it's actually a direct contribution. Every single dollar you spend on these licenses goes 100% back into wildlife conservation, stocking fish, restoring habitats, and keeping up the public boat ramps and fishing piers that we all use. It's what keeps Tennessee waters so beautiful. So here's our roadmap for today to get you fully prepped and hassle-free. We'll cover eligibility and exemptions, license types, the online application itself, payments, digital access, and finally, some frequently asked questions. Let's get into it. All right, starting off with Section 1. Who needs a license?
The basic rule of thumb here is that if you're 13 years or older, whether you're a resident or a non-resident, you generally need to buy a license. But there are some pretty fantastic exemptions. Kids under 13, they get a free pass. They fish for free. Also, military personnel on active leave who have their orders on them and Tennessee residents born before March 1st, 1926 are completely exempt. You just need to carry proof of your age and residency.
Now, if you kind of just want to test the waters before committing, anyone, and I mean anyone, can fish absolutely license-free on Tennessee's Free Fishing Day. Officially called the Bobby Wilson Free Fishing Day, it happens on the first Saturday of June. Plus, that entire following week is Free Fishing Week for anyone 15 and under. It is literally the perfect time to get the whole family hooked on the sport. Moving right along to Section 2, types of fishing licenses. What's really cool is how customized your options are. If you live in Tennessee, the standard annual combo hunt and fish license is your best bet for $33. But say you're a non-resident, just popping into the state for a long weekend. You can grab a 3-day license for just $20, which is a super cost-effective choice. Just keep an eye out, though, because these basic tiers specifically say no trout. And that brings us to a crucial detail. If you plan on targeting trout, you absolutely have to add the supplemental trout license to your base package. Tennessee has some gorgeous trout streams, for sure, but stocking them takes extra resources. So there's an additional $21 annual fee. Trust me, you don't want to skip this. If you reel in a trout without it, you could be looking at a pretty hefty fine from a wildlife officer. The state also wants to make sure fishing stays super accessible, so they offer some incredibly affordable discounted licenses. If you're a resident 65 or older, you can snag an annual license for literally $4 or just pay $49 for a permanent one. And for disabled veterans with specific service-connected ratings, as well as anglers who are blind or use a wheelchair, permanent licenses are available for just $10. Okay, Section 3. Applying online step-by-step. Let's look at how to actually get this done. Since the state moved to this super efficient digital system, you can literally do the whole shebang from your couch. Step 1, just go to gooutdoorstennessee.com. Step 2, click Create Account or Enroll Now if you're new. Step 3, you'll enter your basic demographic details, your address, and your social security number. And finally, Step 4, pick the license package you want and head straight to the virtual checkout. Easy as that. Which brings us to Section 4, Costs, SSN, and Payment Details. So $33 is basically your anchor price for the standard resident combo-based license. But just a quick heads up, a small administrative processing fee will be tacked on at checkout. Whether you buy online or at a local retail shop, those small fees just help cover system maintenance, so expect your total to be a couple of bucks higher. Paying is a breeze since they accept Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. Now, I know entering your social security number online can feel a little intrusive, right? But I want to clarify that this isn't just some state bureaucracy. It's actually a strict federal mandate under the Social Security Act, 42 U.S. Code Section 666 to be exact, for anyone buying a hunting or fishing license in the U.S. The portal is totally secure, so you can go ahead and enter it with complete confidence. Next up, Section 5, accessing your digital license. This is where it gets really convenient. Seriously. The days of waiting around for a piece of paper in the mail or frantically hunting down a working printer are completely over. As soon as you check out, you're going to want to download the TWRA On The Go app to your smartphone. It's on both Apple and Android, and it is a total game changer. It syncs up right with your new account and pulls your license directly onto your phone.
And here's the absolute best part. The app has offline storage. That means your digital license is 100% legally valid even if you lose all cell service out in the wilderness. If a wildlife officer pulls up to your boat in some remote cove on Center Hill Lake, you just open the app and show the screen. No paper needed. It even uses your geolocation to give you the exact sunrise and sunset times, so you never accidentally fish past legal hours.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 6, frequently asked questions. We've all pictured this nightmare scenario, right? You're out on the boat, the lines are in the water, and suddenly you realize you don't have your license. Maybe your phone dropped in the lake, it's dead, and you never printed a backup. Are you about to get a massive ticket?
Well, don't panic. The system is actually incredibly forgiving. If you lose your paper copy or say it literally dissolves at the bottom of a wet tackle box, you just log back into your TWRA account and click Reprint My License. Alternatively, you can just pull up the original digital confirmation email they sent you. That email is considered a true legal document, so it's totally stress-free. Here's another common one. When can I renew? For returning anglers, timing that renewal is actually a pretty important detail. You might think, oh, I'll just top it up a few months early to get it out of the way, but there's a very specific rule for this.
The system straight up won't let you renew months in advance. You actually have to wait until you are within a 10-day window of your expiration date. So, a pro tip? Just set a calendar reminder on your phone for a week before it expires and log into Go Outdoors Tennessee right then to handle it.
Now, just a quick disclaimer before we go. While this explainer covers all the current rules, state regulations and fees are always subject to change. Always double-check with official TWRA channels before casting your line. Things like local exemptions and specific seasons update pretty frequently. And at the end of the day, it's your personal responsibility to make sure you're fully compliant with state law.
So whether you're heading to the peaceful rivers of East Tennessee or those massive reservoirs out west, you are now officially prepared to experience it all legally. When you think about it, it's pretty amazing how a simple 5-minute digital process is exactly what preserves these ancient lakes and rivers for the next generation, isn't it? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Go get that license downloaded and we'll see you out on the water.